or like no.
That's why we're all questioning you, Joe Rogan. Yeah, what USAID connections do you have?
I think I skipped the system. I think somehow or another they fucked up.
Look at me, my
through.
whole family's intelligence and military. I was a pirate radio guy in 1983. They must have been like, this guy's lost. We can't use him. He'll be no good.
I mean, the real kooky people probably think you're my handler or something because you created podcasting.
That's right.
Because there is that thought that like this is one of the things that comes up now all the time, and we talked about this on CNN. We're saying that there's a whole financed and backed right-wing ecosystem that's created these podcasts.
Where's my check?
Well, this is just stupidity. This is the problem where when you look at some conspiracies, you think, oh, well, that applies to all things.
Yeah.
That no, there's actually some things that are organic for some weird reason.
What I think we'll see, the first thing after the election is, we need a Joe Rogan on the left. We need a Joe Rogan. Well, guys, you basically had a Joe Rogan on the left, but you were so crazy that Joe started to think right.
They didn't want me. That was the thing. Like,
they didn't want you?
But that's all the psyop working against them. Because in the past, they could take someone like me and demonize them, and it would be effective. And they could just remove you from the airwaves.
Right.
And then remove you as a problem because you're not playing by the rules. But now people go, oh, you know what? I think he's the one who's actually telling the truth. Let's stop listening to them. And so then CNN crashes, and then faith in mainstream media crashes, and faith in podcasts rises.
I think what we'll see, though, is, and it may come from YouTube, we'll probably see them try to hype someone up to become the Joe Rogan of the left.
Oh, they're already definitely doing that. But
who do
the
you
thing
think it is?
I don't care. Who gives a fuck? Let them try.
All right.
But the thing is, it's not going to work unless that person's authentic. Because
without authenticity, it doesn't work.
If you hear a person long enough, you know what the fuck they're really saying. You know whether or not.
That's right.
I'm wrong all the time. You might not agree with me. That's all great, but I'm not going to lie. And that's the difference.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people are just propagandists. And they're also trying to make an argument for something without looking at the other side, which instantaneously I know now you're propagandizing. Now you're not. Now you're bullshitting me. I always try to look at the other side of everything.
I know you do.
As a human, I think it's an important quality. As a person who's like broadcasting to millions of people, it's a very important quality. But it's an important quality for human beings. Like, know why you think about something. Like, is this just a knee-jerk reaction? Or is this well thought out? Are you being objective, or are you captured by this ideology that you're a part of to the point where you're just ignoring? Like, this is the thing that I find fascinating about all this USAID stuff. Because there's so many people that are so against Donald Trump dismantling the organization that they're not looking at the craziness of all the propaganda that's being exposed. They somehow or another are gaslighting themselves and all their followers to say that, no, this is aid. People are going to starve to death. There's food that's rotting. But meanwhile, I'm pretty sure, even when they passed this thing where they were trying to put a stop on USAID, they gave exemptions for food and medicine.
Yeah, and certain,
So you're hearing these bullshit stories of like food that's rotting now and people are going to go starve and everyone's dying of AIDS. Like,
well, you have figures who people see as authority because they have 1 million followers and likes, and then they'll believe that. And it typically doesn't work. I mean, it's like, do you remember?
I think it works, but it works for less people. There's people that want to be lied to. They want to believe the cult. They want to drink the Kool-Aid. They want to.
Yeah.
And that is where they've dug their heels in, and now this is where they